Hey guys, I'm back in the house today and I am giving you a mini tour and taking you through some of the floor plan details. We have a U-shaped home, so I've gotten a lot of questions about the floor plan and just the design of the house. So just starting from the beginning, this is the formal entry, and so behind me are the double doors. And as I take you through, I'm gonna probably have to break this video up into a couple different videos. We're gonna start with the formal spaces today, but you will eventually see that the home is a U and it kind of forms a courtyard in the middle. So our intention with the house was to have kind of that formal feeling and that unique layout. So when we were planning the home, we thought about how we live our life and all of the different needs that we have, and we made a wish list of all of the things that we wanted in the home, all of the rooms that we knew we needed downstairs, and then what we could put upstairs. And so we kind of started that way. We were also really inspired by a home that we had gone to see that we almost purchased before deciding to build this home. And we loved walking in to the formal rooms as opposed to seeing the whole family space and kitchen and everything right when you walk in the house. So I know a lot of people have moved away from more of the formal living rooms and dining rooms, but for our family and our taste, it was something that we really wanted and something that we would use. So the whole front part of the home that I'm going to show you now are what I consider our formal spaces. And when you come in the front door, there is a study, which my husband is actually going to work from. And originally we thought, well, we don't really want it right when you walk in the home because he's going to have constant interruptions. But when we actually laid out the house, we're like, you know what, that's the best place for it because we're going to be living and kind of hanging out in another part of the house. So this will actually be the most quiet part of the home. And he's going to have some pocket doors here, French doors that slide into the wall so he can actually close off the space. So with the French pocket doors, we incorporated a transom over the top here to complement the transom over the front door and over this space as well. And this is our piano room, which didn't start out that way. It was a room that our architect actually had as part of the garage, and it was going to be used as storage space. But this window was going to look right into the storage, and I didn't want that. And I also wanted to use the square footage instead of it being in a garage. So we said, why don't we open that up? Well, we ended up creating this little space, which could be a hers office or a piano room. So we're going to do a built-in here, and eventually put a piano in there. And I just like that it makes it feel really open. The foyer itself doesn't have the really tall, grand two-story ceilings, but it was intentional that we wanted kind of that more intimate feeling when you walk in the door. So this will be all black and white marble and paneling. So it'll have a very traditional and elegant feel, but yet very cozy and inviting. And this will all be paneled as well. And of course, when you walk in the front door, the first thing that kind of draws your eye in are the big floor-to-ceiling windows. These windows are 10.5 feet tall. We also wanted this room to be open, but yet feel like they have their own distinctive spaces. So the formal living room has its own space, and then the formal dining room has its own space. But the formal dining room is open, they're open to each other. So we could essentially make this one big formal dining room if we had like a party or an event or for the holidays. I envisioned like a really long table in here to seat all of our guests. But day to day, we'll probably use this with some formal furniture in here, and there's a fireplace that we can gather around. And what I like about the way we designed this floor plan is that when you come in the door, all of the spaces that you see are kind of your prettier places that don't get as much use, so they stay nice and tidy. But we will enjoy them. We'll use them and we'll love them, and I love seeing a space kind of just decorated and kind of walking through it day to day. But obviously we're not hanging out in here all the time, so it's gonna stay nice and neat. And I like that when you walk in, that's what you see. It's kind of your introduction, your first impression of the home. And then as you follow the whole way around, that'll take you into the open concept kitchen, living room, family space where we hang out all the time. which I'll show you guys later. But today I'm going to take you through here and show you the mudroom. Oh, one thing I want to add is when we're planning our spaces, we thought of, you know, like furniture and what kind of items are going to go in the room. So one of my tips for working out your floor plan details would be to really look at how you want that space to function and what kind of pieces you need in this space, and make sure you measure out your walls and you have a place to put everything. So for example, this room was a very open room, and I think they had the arch in the middle, and then I said, wait, let's make that 2 arches and give ourselves a wall so that we have a buffet, a place to put a dining buffet. So be thinking about where your furniture is going to go and how much space you need on the walls while you're in the design phase. So we were thinking about how we're going to come into the home on a day-to-day basis. The mudroom is where we will be entering in and out from. And we wanted to make sure that both garages came into the space, because in our previous home, we had 2 garages and one came through a mudroom and one came through a different part of the home. And I just found that to be kind of inconvenient. So in this house, we also have a 2-car and then a 1-car, which are split, but I wanted them both to come in to the same area as a drop zone. So we made sure that we had that positioned well for the mudroom. And as you head down this hallway, you will see that we carried the floor-to-ceiling black aluminum windows down the hallways. So going into the master suite and then going into the kitchen family spaces, we have those floor-to-ceiling windows, which create a nice little courtyard. And that's the only place we have those windows, so it's kind of like a focal point or a feature of the home. But before you come through that archway, we have our bar. And we wanted the bar centrally located between the formal dining room and the family spaces, so that if we were entertaining, it would be kind of right in the middle of the house, and you could use it for formal entertaining or just kind of casually hanging out. This will have an ice maker and like the wine fridge and a sink. So we're going to try and make it really pretty and elegant, just because you see it from the formal spaces, but it'll be a great functional place to serve beverages for parties and everything, and store wine. So I'm excited because I felt like our kitchen was like overcome with like wine glasses and things like that. So we wanted it to all have its own home. So everything will go in the bar that's bar related. And then the powder bath's kind of the same concept. We wanted this to be accessed easily from all areas of the home. So we put it kind of right in the middle between the family room. Like if you're watching a movie in media or the family room, it's easy to get to. Same if you're in one of the formal spaces, or if Chris is in a study, he can come in here pretty easily. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of our floor plan in the formal areas today. I'll have more videos for you guys covering other areas of the home very soon. And until then, you can see some behind the scenes on my Instagram page at Domain Design. See you soon.